What's up, gamers and geeks? Matt here with That's Fair Podcasting and Gaming Geeks Live. And by now, for those who have followed me and subscribed to this channel and watched my videos know that I am a long-time loyal ass Assassin's Creed fan. I've been a fan since its inception in 2007, calling Assassin's Creed Unity my favorite of the franchise. But as it has been for Ubisoft as of late, it has been a disaster. 2024 saw the launch of two major failures, and then 2025 with Assassin's Creed Shadows, which was a shit show debacle in itself. So what does that mean? What can we expect from the upcoming Assassin's Creed Hexe? Stay tuned. Ubisoft is in financial trouble, that much we know. From literal bailouts, billion-dollar bailouts from Tencent to forced partnerships in Vantage Studios with Tencent, closed studios, ushering out Mark Alexis Cote, and by saying ushered out, I mean corporate speak for you can resign or you're going either way, and him turning around and giving them a $1.3 million lawsuit aimed at them. So that ultimately begs the question, can Assassin's Creed Hexe resurrect this franchise and Ubisoft? If you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. Please like my video, help me in that algorithm like only you guys have been doing. I sincerely appreciate it. And if you don't do any of those and you just hear what kind of we know for the latest and some of the changes that could be taking place with Assassin's Creed Hexe, thank you so much for joining me. I sincerely appreciate it. Set in the 16th century Holy Roman Empire, where 80,000+ people were put to death for heresy, witchcraft, or more or less being in league with the devil, this Assassin's Creed Hexe will kind of center around witchcraft and the persecution of witches, so to speak. Now, Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft are taking a darker approach with Assassin's Creed Hexe. And, in all honesty, this brings up a very intriguing prospect. I think that they are on the money with this one. I mean, please don't go back to Japan unless you have the right people involved, because you had a shit show of people involved that had no clue what they were doing. But you get the right people involved with some veteran leadership, which they had to do some replacing, and I'll get to that. Assassin's Creed Hexe in 16th century Holy Roman Empire with the witch trials could be a very intriguing prospect and a very positive momentum for Ubisoft moving forward, and they need a win. Now, we do know that there has been a lot of discussion about a heavy feminine lead role, which I don't have a problem with a female lead, but aiming very feminine with a hardcore lesbian role on top of it. Now, again, I don't have a problem with female protagonists. I don't have a problem with the gay community by any stretch of the imagination. But when you start pushing that progressive shit into video games, you fail. You're forcing that shit down our throats, and you will fail. You time and time again, these games fail pushing this progressive message. But there could be light at the end of the proverbial tunnel. Again, the Assassin's Creed Shadows team had absolutely zero to hardly any experience working on video games at all. Even rumored to have Sweet Baby Inc.'s Kimber Lair involved, so to speak, as well. They had a very progressive team that decided to push a specific message. Now, us fans of Ubisoft, and especially of the Assassin's Creed's long-running franchise all the way back to 2007, we've been clamoring about getting one to go to Japan. And when they finally gave us codename Red, I believe, or whatever it was, they showed the Shinobi Warrior jump up with the hidden blade, and I'm telling you, we went fucking nuts until we got that shit that they put out. And how you living right now, Ubisoft? Again, with a new premise of these European witch trials, I really like the direction this could go. They got to be very smart, very, very good about this one. They need to stick to some, as they like to put, historical accuracy, because they don't really know how to stick with historical accuracy. Yasuke. I said it. But let's go to the 16th century. We do know that it was obviously 17th century in Salem, Massachusetts. It would be 1692 would be one of the darkest stains on American history. Even though we weren't quite the United States, not well, for almost another 100 years later. That's not the point. That was one of the darker moments, the Salem witch trials, where these women and some men were persecuted and put to death. And again, it's a very intriguing plot point to bring this into the Assassin's Creed game, and I think if done right, this could be a masterpiece in the making. Now, Gene Gesden, Ubisoft's content supervisor, so to speak, has now taken the place of Clint Hocking. Clint Hocking was the original creative director overseeing Assassin's Creed Hexe, but Vantage Studios, which also makes up Tencent, who pretty much has Ubisoft right in the keister now, which they should, because Ubisoft needs direction and guidance. But Clint Hocking was overseeing it, and he, quote, left the company. Again, when they leave the company voluntarily, that's corporate speak for, you can make it look like you're leaving on your own terms, or we can boot you the fuck out. I mean, these are your options. It's corporate speak. But Gene Gesden has taken over this project. Again, they were basically head of content, and now they're the creative director now overseeing Assassin's Creed Hexe. Again, Vantage Studios has jumped in, which makes up Ubisoft and Tencent's studio members. Now, the feeling that there's a change of direction in the air for Assassin's Creed Hexe is very much needed. And the reason that's felt is because Vantage Studios has now helped take over this project, because it seems as if, and this is speculation and some talk among the communities within the gaming developers, that they didn't like the direction this was going. Now, what could that mean for us? We knew that we had Elsa, a strong feminine female lead. Now, this also could mean that perhaps Vantage Studios and Tencent sees the direction that they could have been going, and they saw the shit show that was Shadows, which is just absolute dog shite. And they could very well be like, okay, let's get back to what made this, what made Assassin's Creed Valhalla $1 billion revenue. Give us the choice of male and female. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's not just my speculation. That's speculation from other content creators and within the gaming community, that believing that Vantage Studios could be bringing a possible male or female choice in Assassin's Creed Hexe. Gesden has gone on to say that this game is being built with great care from our Ubisoft Montreal team. Now, the Ubisoft Montreal team is the team that oversaw and developed Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which to date is their most successful game financially as far as the Assassin's Creed franchise. I didn't look deep into it, so I can't tell you if it's their most successful game ever for Ubisoft, but I do know among the Assassin's Creed series, Valhalla is the most successful. What can we expect from Assassin's Creed Hexe? And before I get into that, I'm not sure that this game, unless it's done correctly, I don't see how this can save Ubisoft any more than the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, or I should say Resynced, coming out will. That should net them money, which could be at the end of this year, but next year most likely. That will net them a profit, because a lot of us will be in line for an upgraded Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But Assassin's Creed Hexe, unless this team that's overseeing it now, that has changed a lot of positions, gutted what they had, and now is overseeing the project, unless they do it right, I'm not sure it could happen. But what would we like to see? Obviously, you're going to see a darker theme. What we're expecting to see. You're going to see a darker theme with the witches, the covens probably, but you're going to get magic from this witchcraft from what we've been reading about. So there will be actual magic. Now, that's not a stretch for the Assassin's Creed franchise. And the reason I say that is because, you already had the Piece of Eden, which gave you all this special ability. It, allowed people to damn near live immortal lives as well. So I don't have a problem with the magic or the black magic of the witchcraft that is going to be brought into this game. I'm kind of intrigued to see where that goes. They are doing away with the RPG mechanic in this, and they're giving us back the narrative-driven story that the older Assassin's Creed games have given us. I don't have a problem with that either. Now, unpopular opinion, I actually liked what Ubisoft did with their RPG elements, but I'm kind of excited to see them get back to their narrative story that they had. I don't mind that at all. And you can also expect getting back to major stealth-based focused mechanics in this game. So, obviously, given that it's a narrative story-driven game that'll give you a linear path, you can expect a lot more stealth in this as well. The combat is allegedly going to be completely redesigned as well, which I've been reading about. So expect complete redesigned combat mechanics in this game as well. And another thing is you're not going to have this open world that you're used to. It's going to be smaller maps, much like you would see in the likes of Mirage, Black Flag. Even though you had several islands, the game wasn't overall big. If you compare what I'm talking about versus the likes of Odyssey and Valhalla, you're getting the smaller maps too. So you're getting back to the basics of what made Assassin's Creed series and the original games so much better. And there is obviously, you guys have may heard by now, maybe not, Ezio is returning into this Assassin's Creed Hexe allegedly, and for reasons being that he may be helping Elsa or whoever the protagonist may be, as far as picking up their ability in the Assassin Brotherhood or Sisterhood, depending on how you look at it. So Ezio is allegedly going to be returning to give the protagonist in this a lot of teachings as far as being within the Assassin's Order and teaching the tenets of the Creed, most likely. So those are the things that we know we're expecting in the game. Some things I'd like to see. I hope with this new team that comes along and kind of has ushered out the progressive shit, I hope we do get the gender pick. If not, I'll still purchase this game, but I won't pre-order it. I'll have to see it for myself before I order this, purchase this game. But, you know, there's not a lot of faith in Ubisoft at this point, but I'd like to see at least some customizable abilities with your character as the story goes. I don't have a problem playing Elsa, the female lead, by any means, as long as it's not the strong, progressive, pandering shit that they've been pushing. You know, give her a choice, you know, give it natural choice, make it a little more organic if there is to be a relationship system in this for her with a male or female. But that's just me. I hope that Vantage Studios is kind of taking over and saying, no, we're, you know, not so fast. But guys, that's really all I had. Can Assassin's Creed Hexe save the franchise? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. Again, like my video, help me in that algorithm. If you didn't do any of those and you just stuck with me this long, thank you so much. And to all you gamers and assassins out there, all love, and I'm outro.